So, hello guys, welcome to the trading challenge where we go from £1,000 to £10,000 in like 3 months' time. So, it's going to be an exciting challenge to watch, and I'm really excited. I'm really pumped. I want to see how this actually turns out. So, yeah, let me explain quickly how is it going to work. So, essentially, obviously, the challenge I'm meant to go from £1,000 to £10,000, and I'm going to be creating the new strategy, which is nothing out of this world. Basically, I'm going to be using the concepts that are talked about on Money Market Gains. If you don't follow Money Market Gains, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Go on to my Instagram, follow Money Market Gains, so you know what I'm on about, and prove you and show you guys the concepts that I talk about on those videos, because it was actually a series. So there's multiple videos where I go through different concepts, and I'm only going to use because those concepts, I consider them basic, and I'm only going to use those concepts in order to make some money, to go from £1,000 to £10,000 in this trading challenge. So that should be interesting. Now, the most important thing on the challenge is not how much money I make, but it is what am I doing. So I want this to be a takeaway from you, not just to be a challenge wherever you see I can make it or not, and then you go and live your life. No, I want you to actually take away from this challenge. I want you to take away how to create a trading strategy, how to create your risk management plan, how to create your rules, and bring it all together and come out on top after the end of the month, 2 months, 3 months, at the end of the quarter of the year. It depends. It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. And without further ado, let me just shut up and show you what am I actually going to be doing for like the next, foreseeable future. Because although that's going to be the trading strategy, but as we go along, I might have to do a little adjustments here and there depending on how the strategy is performing. So let's hop into the computer. Okay, so now we're gonna go through the trading plan, which is only like 10-15% of actually what's gonna make us successful. But this is something that I just decided to throw together a few of the things that I spoke about, like I said, on Money Market Gains. So if there's anything on here that you do not understand, then you need to grab your cell phone, go on Instagram, Money Market Gains, and go check and see what am I saying. Now I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible, but realize that sometimes when I start talking about trading, I just go on and on and on. But it's all valuable information though. So cool. So on this trading strategy, first things first, I'm always gonna look at the weekly chart. And at the weekly chart, I'm not actually going to do any analysis. I'm just going to be asking myself a few questions like, what is the market structure? How did the candle close? Is there any relevant price action? Like, is there a Morningstar, Doji, or whatever weekly closure? Are there any significant levels, that I need to look out for in the foreseeable future? And then I'll write that down, proceed. Now, daily chart. This is something that I'm gonna be doing more frequently now. On the daily chart, first things first. I'm gonna identify the market structure, whether the market is trending or ranging or consolidating. Mark my most recent levels of support and resistance, and look at the previous day candle closure, and see if there are any clues, for example, any price action patterns that are relevant. But I don't just want any price actions. I want price actions that are relevant near any support or resistance that I just drew. A bit more detailed now on the trading plan, which is now the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, I'm gonna mark my key levels. Now, if you don't know how to mark key levels, once again, like I said, I did a video showing you how to draw key levels on the chart. It's all on Money Market Gains, so I'm not going to be repeating myself and going over the stuff I already covered. So that now after, I'm going to identify the market structure, and if the market structure aligns with the daily, if the market structure from the 4 hour aligns with the market structure from the daily, then I'm gonna be asking myself these questions: which one of these scenarios is it? Is it are they both in the uptrend? Is one in an uptrend, the other one like in an uptrend, but at the same time still retracing, pulling back? Or is one in an uptrend and the other one in a downtrend? Now, on the 30-minute chart, we identify the market structure as always, and now we're gonna see whether, depending on where we came from, for if it was scenario one, two, or three, then we're gonna have different outcomes. And I kind of rated the trading setup based on like the probability, based on the confluence factors, based on amount of factors that have telling me the same thing. For example, if I came from scenario one, which is where the daily is in an uptrend, the 4 hours in an uptrend, and the 30 minutes is in an uptrend, then that's a no-brainer for me. That's what I call a type A scenario, type A setup. As I can show you guys, like I've been doing my back testing and all that, and you can see that type A scenarios, they're usually profitable. And uh, by the way, this strategy at the moment, I only looked at a couple trades, only 25 trades, because that's the sample sizes that I want to look at. And as you can see, the win ratio at the moment is 64% win ratio. So we're doing good. Anything above 50% is already, decent. So that's what I was looking for. And entries, they're gonna be on the 5 minute time frame, 50% engulfing or 100% engulfing. And targets, I'm pretty much gonna be using the Fibonacci. Establish my targets, like I described in one video on the trading thing. Now, also just very quickly, I didn't complete this list yet, but these are my trading rules. And as well as having a trading plan and risk management plan, you also need to have trading rules. You need to know what's a retracement for you. What do you consider as a retracement? What do you consider as a break of a level? For example, for me, in order for me to consider that a level has been broken, I need to see a candle form and close completely after the line. Once that happens, then cool. We have broken the line. These are my rules, my personal rules that I found that worked best for me, and I still got to add a few more of them. And you should also do the same, because sometimes the reason why we bend the rules is because they're not strict, they're not as concise. Okay, that's the trading plan. I mean the trading strategy, and the rules. That was the results of the backtest, as you guys already saw. And now this is like the projections, as you can see. As a matter of fact, the projections is, if I manage, my goal is going to be to make 5% per day. I know that's very ambitious. And I know I'm aware that with some trades, I might not have 5% every single day. But the thing is, due to the risk and reward, sometimes, some days I might make 10%, which will compensate for the previous day. And if I do manage to make 5% every single day for 3 months, that should be 18,500. But obviously the target is 10,000, so I would get it in like 10 weeks. But obviously I want to give myself some room to breathe. So I'm gonna try and aim for more, so I can allow for the failures to come in and have time to readjust and carry on going up. The plan's gonna be to risk maximum per trade 3%. Now I know 3% for some people is already quite a high risk. If I'm not risking at least 3%, then it will be very hard to reach this challenge, because we essentially making 900% incremental. 1,000 gross, 900% net profit. That's insane in 3 months. So obviously I have to risk a bit more than usual, than normal, and I'm aware of that. But to compensate, usually I would trade with a 1 to 2 risk to reward, which means for every for every pound that I'm risking, uh, I'm expecting to gain two in return. Now, with this, I'm gonna do with a 1 to 3. So every pound that I'm risking, I'm expecting to get three in return. Because that's gonna allow me, to maximize the profits. Because even if I take a couple losses in a row, if I take three losses in a row, just one win will make all that money lost again. And also I'm gonna set myself a daily maximum loss, which is gonna be 9%. So that's basically three negative trades in one day. Then that's it. Stop. Come back tomorrow. All right, that's pretty much the trading plan explained. Now this part here where it says risk 3% with the trend, 1.5% against the trend. I'm still not too sure about that. If I'm gonna do half a percent, I might just keep it 3%. I still have to, dwell on it. Now, this, by the way, the back testing that had 64% accuracy win ratio, it was performed AUD USD, and I still got to pick two or three more currencies to do. This is how I'm gonna, attack this challenge. I'm gonna be starting tomorrow, Monday, the 1st of February, 2021. Yeah. And yeah, for the time being, I'm only going to trade AUD USD because it's the only one that I've done the back test on. And I'm only going to trade currencies that I have back tested and done the whole process. I'm going to leave it on this note. This was meant to be a short video, but it kind of extended. But it is what it is, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and let's see if we can make some money.